This video, we are shooting the Zermit Arms Striker Fire Waltz 9 pistol, and we are having it compete against 20 other high-end pistols. We're talking Atlas, Sig Sauer, Smith & Wesson, Masterpiece Arms, Bull Armory, Fusion Firearms, Alpha Foxtrot, Canik, Smith & Wesson. You name it, we got it, and we are putting it to the test to see if it can hold its own against some of these high-end pistols. So this first video is going to be very long. You're basically right there on the range with us. There's no script. There's very little editing. The only thing is, because it was such a long take, the batteries on a lot of my microphones started to go out, so I had to do some editing for that. But other than that, you're basically right there on the range with all the commentary, all of the first impressions that we are getting. You're right alongside us on the range. Now, I am going to be breaking this video up into about 4 other videos, and once they become available, if you're wanting to just see just the shooting comparison without all the commentary, I will be providing links right up here for you. So when those become available, you can go and check that out. All right, let's get on the range. We got about 20 mid to high end pistols here, thanks to all 3 of us. Gordon, how many did you bring?
I lost count.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then we're going to put them all up against the Waltz 9. Man, and this thing's pretty awesome. I haven't shot it. You've shot it a little bit already.
I've shot it a little bit.
And it looks
Color
really,
me impressed. That's
really
right.
impressive.
Yeah,
so
very cool
we
gun.
got a bunch of 1911, 2011 style pistols, and we're also putting them up against some of these Striker Fire pistols, which that's what the Waltz 9 is.
That's what the Waltz 9 is.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah,
So, Gordon, what would be your pick to go up against the Waltz?
I mean, I don't know that there's too many guns that can hang with the Atlas Erebus. So
Yep.
with a comped gun and Atlas build quality, it's a pretty tough one to beat.
All right, so Atlas, that one's going up against it no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I don't think we can leave that one out of the comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one that we have to compare. The other thing worth pointing out is, as we talked about, the Waltz 9 being a striker fired gun makes it a very unique, because I've shot it, so I have a little bit of advantage as we're going into this conversation, but it feels and looks like and functions in its build quality like a high-end 2011, but it's a striker fired gun. So I think one of my picks, one of the things I'm really curious about, is we have a couple of really good striker fired guns on the table that I'm excited to kind of put this up against. One of those being my Glock 34 Combat Master, the Terran Tactical Combat Master. That's if you're just looking dollars, that's the most expensive striker fired gun on the table. But the one that I think is going to be closest comparison, just at my gut, I actually think the HD. This is a metal frame.
That's
A little
right.
bit heavier gun. It shoots pretty flat. And I'm curious to kind of put this one up against it when it comes from a striker fire.
Yeah, and that's the only other Striker Fire we have on here besides the Waltz. Or is it? Oh, the Canik. Oh, that's right, right here. Yep,
A little bit.
Tad. Yeah. And it is ported up here on top, so I mean that should be
That'll
pretty
be a really
comparable.
cool comparison too. Yeah,
that'll be a fun one. Yep.
Agreed. So those are striker fired, and then one that I'm really curious to just get in my hands, because again we're comparing. This is as close to apples as we start to get. Is we've got a solid block on the Staccato. This is the 4.5, right? So this is the HD 4.5. It shoots the Glock mags like the Waltz 9 does. So I'm excited to shoot that one. I've fired one before, but on a table like this, I'm curious to see kind of how that one measures up.
Yeah. You know, and then something that I think we should point out, the Waltz. Now, I don't know, because this is like a pre-production. It's kind of like the prototype.
Right. Yeah, it's a demo version for sure. Yep.
That they sent to you, and they're letting us fiddle with it. It came with a lot of accessories, so we can get a sight block on there or the comp.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got 2 different barrels.
Yeah.
The barrel is machined out of a single piece of steel with the comp on it, or with the block on it. It's one piece. So you just swap the whole barrel out. They're not removable. So, but we'll do that as the video goes on, as we look at better comparisons.
So that's something where it's like, that's cool, because you can, and I don't do competition like you guys do, but doesn't that open this up to like whole other categories of shooting?
Makes it as flexible as a competition gun can be. So because it's striker fired, you drop the mag well off this thing, and suddenly you're carry optics, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that's interesting. Put this on here. Now I'm a limited optics gun if I just keep the block on. And then if I'm running a competition where it doesn't matter, I'm in IDPA, I'm in something else where like I run PCSL 2 gun and the comp doesn't make a difference because I'm running my JP5, so I can run the comp. So you can put the comped one on here and have it run even flatter. So just gives you a ton of flexibility. And for most shooters, if you're coming from the striker fired world, and this was me, I'm a striker fired guy. That's what I like to shoot. That's what I'm accustomed to shooting. But as I got into competition and started getting into limited optics and things, look, the 2011s just have an advantage. Like the trigger's so nice and they shoot so flat. Like it's really tough for a striker fired gun to compete there. And so then I'm introducing now a whole new thing where I'm having to safety off, safety on, and it just it adds a step in a very quick moment. And it's doable, and it's not thousands and thousands and thousands of people make that transition. But if I don't have to, right? If I could have a gun that performs at a 2011 level without having to deal with those extra little things.
Yeah, because
I love it.
Doesn't have a thumb safety on it, but has the integrated trigger safety like a lot of the striker fires have, which, I mean, what's not to love about that? But then it's got the feel of a 1911, 2011 trigger.
Yeah, 2 pounds. I've measured it multiple times. It's pulling at 2 pounds, and I'm really excited for you guys to kind of really feel the reset on this trigger. I've never felt a reset like this. It's very tactile. You know it happened, and I'm sure it'll happen at some point. But my finger tends to come off the trigger when I'm shooting on most guns because your brain can't tell when that reset happened.
Well, especially on a gun that you're not familiar with. After you get used to it, you'll start to find it.
You find your spot and you get that muscle memory in. But it's such a quick thing. It's tough to tell when that reset takes place. This thing impressed me. So I'm excited to kind of play with that a little bit today.
Okay.
I think one of the things that's also interesting is it's difficult to find a gun that kind of does everything. But we also have the hammer-fired model from Masterpiece Arms, which also has the same thing. So you have essentially hand-built, hand-fitted quality, just like you do on like an Atlas, but you have the ability to swap out between the comp barrel or a sight block barrel. So now we have around the same price point, both a hammer-fired and a striker-fired gun that both have the ability to be flexible depending on what you're competing with.
Yeah, so that's going to be a really good one to compare because now we can go, all right, hammer versus striker.
Yep.
Which one's going to win here? And again, since this is pre-production, I don't know if it's going to come with those barrels or anything like that, or if it's going to be an upgrade that you can get eventually.
I think it's going to, from what I understand, it's going to be an upgrade, but I think that's something that's still to be determined.
So it's still on the table, but it may not come with, they may have like 2 variants.
2 versions, but you should be able to purchase that second barrel and swap it. And be very
so those may be the 2 most comparable platforms we have here. So let's definitely get that in the running.
Yeah, for sure.
And then is there anything else on the table here that we think should be in there, or should we just start shooting them and then be like, hey, this is my favorite, let's put it on the table?
I think what we do is shoot them, pick our few favorite, and then let's put our favorites up against it. Now, I do need to point one out real quick. There's a Bull Armory sitting here, and I did a competition gun, limited optics gun that like comparison video, and I spoke not disparagingly, but I kind of dismissive of the Bull Armory. And I get tore up about that all the time. Like people, this was an amazing video, except for that Bull Armory comment. I'm going to give it a real shot today. I've got to shoot this gun and give it a real feel and get a little bit more in my head where it stands among that 2011 world. So I'm excited to put my hands on that one too.
All right,
cool,
man. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's get into this.
Okay.
All right, starting out with the Smith & Wesson. You hear that? Starting out with the Smith & Wesson HD metal. Here we go.
It's going to be a really good gun.
Yeah. I love that gun. Shoots so good. Next, we're going to the Canik Rival S. This is ported, and it would look like this one has been done up. This thing's pretty. I've never held a Canik quite this nice. This was done by, did you say it was Chandler Tactical? Chandler Tactical did this, man. It's good work. It looks nice. All right, here we go. Great.
Okay. Hold on.
3, does it say your favorite?
Glock 34 Combat Master. This one's non-ported like the other ones are, but yeah, it shoots really good for being a not ported gun. Cool. All right. What you got?
Scoot that way a little bit. Okay, good.
This is a Glock 34, but it's ported and comped. Yeah, with the Timney trigger in it. Yep, and it's got a little, put a little thumb rest on it, a little gas pedal there. Like it. There it is. Okay.
Which one you got?
This is the TTI Combat Master.
Gotcha.
That's that same Timney trigger, but TTI puts their fairy dust in it, I guess. Just ridiculous trigger. Take the same mag if you want. There you go. It's that Fiocchi ammo. Cool.
Scoot. Gordon, scoot that way a little bit.
You're going to slide between us, I think, is the idea. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So are we agreeing on a favorite?
I don't think so. I don't think we necessarily need to. We can all give an opinion.
All right. So we just shot the striker fire pistols.
We did. We grabbed a few that I think are in the running for our favorite of the group. First one, starting at the top end of the pricing, is the Terran Tactical, the TTI. It's really that you get out of a non-ported gun like this. They've done some work to it to lighten that up a little bit, but it definitely was the most snappy of these three for sure.
And then your Canik, that one shot really
different, especially with being ported, having 5 ports versus different.
Yeah.
So, very different guns, but very comparable in shootability.
Yeah.
And we chose the Smith & Wesson M&P. Oh, what's the actual title of it?
It's the M&P HD. There's some number with it. It's
tricked out M&P.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It came out at SHOT Show last year.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So this is the one that I felt shot the best. Canik was right there next to it. These are both steel frames and both ported. Well, I mean, comp and then ported. So they definitely have the advantage.
I tend to agree. I felt like, no, I'm used to that one more.
Yeah.
But the feel in my hand, I like the trigger on that one. And I really just think it came back to zero. It was the most comfortable in my hand of the three for sure.
Yeah. There's also a big difference between a factory gun and a modified gun, because a modified gun is modified for whatever it was built for, right?
Sure.
So
yep.
The feel of that feels more natural, whereas this feels like there's work done to it. So
for sure.
It certainly has a completely different feel from even what a stock one would be, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, and it's hard not to be. It's hard not for your gun to be your favorite, right?
Hey.
You know, I don't blame you. It's a heck of a nice Canik. So. Yeah, I think in this one, I'm really excited to shoot that up against the Waltz.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's keep moving.
All right.
That's the Fusion. All right, guys, here's the Bull Armory. Awesome. Thing shoots good.
Like it better?
I like it better than, I'll shoot the Romulus next so I can get a feel.
All right, here we have the Springfield Prodigy with the massive comped barrel or ported barrel. No sights on this one.
I don't need no stinking sights.
I mean, that's really nice. And custom works. Well, you got some of the stuff.
Upgrade trigger hammer. Polish.
Nice.
That one.
This. The Staccato.
I still think dollar for dollar, that might be the best shooting 2011 that I've had.
And try the Fusion too. Yeah, here we have the Staccato HD.
Hold that, that's your mag. I've got some of this.
So this one does not have any porting or a comp. Yeah, you can feel, yeah, it has the sight block, but you can feel a difference.
Yeah. Don't go very far with that one. I want to shoot it.
Okay.
But I got to shoot this custom, this big old chunk port on it. This custom Prodigy here. That shoots good, man. That shoots real good. Is that's the factory one? Yeah, it shoots great. You did a trigger job though?
Yeah,
nice. Try my Romulus. Running through it. Thank you.
I'll grab the Fusion for you, I guess.
Staccato HD 4.5 sight block. Takes Glock mags.
I have it. I'll give that one a go, yeah.
For a shorter gun like that.
It was a long pause.
Well, so Staccato's always given me an issue.
Okay.
My issue with Staccato is my big old giant meat paws, and you can see where it sits in my hand, and just the shortness of the grip. So I have trouble with my pinky there, and then but I'm wondering so the long pause was me looking at this magwell, thinking if I pulled that off, would the gun be more comfortable for me? But for a short little sight block 2011, it shoots good.
Yeah, it's amazing how much that sight block makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
It's not complicated, but it's pretty dang flat.
Yep. Shoot the DWX. It'll take. Does it take CZ mags?
Yes.
I got one loaded. It won't take. Mag won't reach. Yeah, won't go in. Go ahead. My CZ mag's got these.
We have the Bull Armory tack, ported. So we have 8 ports total.
Oh, it's 75 mags. I think it might be 75.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
What do you think?
It's nice. Yeah, it shoots. I feel like it shoots a little bit smoother than the Staccato.
Probably. I'm telling you, that was I've shot that against the XL and the XE, and arguably that
DWX. This gun has always fit my hands so well. Softer. This thing's ported. I haven't shot a ported one. That's going to be cool. Here we go.
One of my favorites.
That's a nice shooting gun right there.
All right, what do you think? Is that enough of that? And then just go to the high-end ones now?
Oh yeah, we need to get footage of one of the CZs at least.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. CZ Shadow 2, ported. Boy, that porting makes a difference. Nice.
Okay. All right, I'm turning them off.
Yeah. Sig P211 GTO. We got the comp on it.
All right, now we have the Kimber 2K11. This is the non-ported version.
Yeah, it's pretty flat. It's pretty soft.
Nice gun, right? Yeah.
It's soft. It wins.
It wins.
It wins.
Yeah.
It beats the bull.
It beats the bull.
I hate to say it, but it beats the bull.
Hey, you hear all the bull lovers giving me heck? He says it's better. It beats the bull. And that's his bull.
It's like chasing the dot all
The CZ Shadow 2 SA.
Shot better than that. Smoother too.
All right, so
We had some trouble narrowing this one down.
Yeah.
So we're going to do kind of a final run here.
now this is kind of on the lowish end because
Yeah.
we have the Prodigy, Fusion Firearms, you have the Bull.
And then this is the Alpha Foxtrot rounds. Kind of splitting hairs. So we're going to run them all back to back real quick and just see if we can come out with a favorite real fast.
And then Romulus, nice. Okay.
All right, well, that was interesting. Really quick, I've got the Bull Armory here. This is the top end of the pricing category here that we're looking at. Look, this thing shoots flat. This thing's got a V8, right? Was it? Nope. Yep, V8. So this is ported. It's got 4 ports on each side of the barrel there, and it shoots really flat, really smooth. Does take proprietary magazines, which is worth pointing out here. So you can't just run 2011 mags in it. It can run Glock mags. So that's something that's a little bit of a shot against the Bull, but it did shoot flat in the group.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Prodigy.
So we have the 5-inch Prodigy comp. This one has custom Gunworks grip module with some custom tuning, trigger, hammer. Shoots extremely soft. So I think, I think for the money, it's pretty tough to beat.
Yeah.
So it's definitely in the mix with the other guns.
And then we have the Romulus and then the Fusion. These two are just bare bones. We don't have any custom work done on either one of these. Really similar in price point. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So for me, I felt like it was just in my hand, and it's these big hands do give me some bias. So in my hand, I preferred the feel of the Alpha Foxtrot Romulus over all of them. You're swapping me out there. That's the Fusion. The Fusion was nice, but the Romulus.
Oh, you like the Romulus?
I like the Romulus. It was the best in the hand to me.
Mm-hmm.
This one shoots the flattest of the group, I think.
Okay.
Which it ran really great. So to me, those were the top two, and it was sort of a neck and neck where we're splitting hairs.
I actually thought the Romulus, I like the feel of it, but this one felt like it had more recoil than the others. And then I felt like the Bull and even I thought these three were very, very comparable and just splitting hairs basically on the recoil. But I felt like this one snapped a little bit harder on me.
Interesting.
I was going to say that's the unique perspective when you have 3
Yeah.
different guys and
Yep.
you have to shoot different guns.
That's exactly right.
The Bull Armory, same thing. I definitely think it shot the flattest. It's not as soft, but it's flat.
Yeah.
When it comes to soft and recoil, I think the Prodigy and the Romulus are splitting hairs. I felt that the Fusion was probably the little bit of so
It felt quick.
yeah, pretty much in the order that they are. It's got a custom trigger job, so it's really tough to beat.
Yeah.
But trigger is a stack trigger. Take up, you're on the ball right immediately. So the trigger is really quick reset.
Bucks Point. Haven't done any some of those two.
Stock with the ports.
Factory 5-inch Bull Tac Pro. Yep.
I didn't know they came like that.
Yeah.
So it comes with that V8 port. Very cool. Okay.
All right, so which one are we going to put in the running?
I think universally we thought the Bull ran.
Okay, yep, the Bull.
I think Danny's not liking to say this right now, but
No, it's fine. It shoots good. Like it shoots flat. I don't
Just admit
I'm not
the
hating on
Bull is
it.
the best pistol here, Danny.
I can't do that. Can't do that. But it shot the flattest of this group, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys agree?
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
We unified agreement on that. Ball's in the running. We got to talking about felt recoil, and I was getting hated on a little bit here because I'm not a huge Bull Armory fan. But what it comes down to for me is grip. And I can mitigate so much recoil with my grip, and so that's really where the difference is for me, in the way that the gun fits in my hand. And with this giant hand, I end up with some disadvantage on some of the guns. So I'll show real quick what I mean. So on the Bull here, when I grip this, there is not much room left here for this palm to get in, because the way they built this grip is it's narrower this way and a little thicker this way. And I just have a hard time getting any purchase with my left palm in on the gun. But when I go to a larger gripped gun, I'll show you on this. This is my favorite gun for a reason. See all the real estate that's left there? And my palm can really get in there on this lock grip. And the lock grips is one of the reasons I like them, is they're like glue.
Yeah.
And that palm stays there, and man, it holds that gun flat. So one of the reasons that I talk about the Romulus so much is out of the box, it's tough to find a grip like that for me on a 2011. And my palm has a ton of real estate here to get in there, get purchase, and I can really hold that gun flat compared to other guns. So the gun might, in somebody else's hand, it might recoil more, it might recoil less, but you can mitigate so much based on how you're gripping the gun. My favorite grip of all time on any gun that I've got is right here. This CZ Shadow 2 with those lock grips with the palm swell on them. Man, I can grip that thing and I get a huge amount of purchase there. And I can make this thing recoil flat in line with most 2011s. So anyway, that's the burden of the big hands.
Yeah,
there's other advantages though, just so everybody knows. Like, there's advantages to big hands.
No, there's
Big shoes.
That's it.
And I mean, something to mention here, because each individual person, his shoes are tiny. Look how small they are.
I wear 15.
Everybody's, you know, a little bit different. So it's one of those things, because like, I like the grip of the Romulus, but I felt like it actually pushed back. I mean, the recoil snapped backwards into me a little bit harder versus I felt like the Fusion was softer for me. But then you guys are kind of flipped where you're like, oh no, we thought the Romulus was the softer shooting one.
Yeah.
And so it's just one of those things where it kind of depends on you as a person.
It really does.
You really can't just take the advice of like one person, like, yeah, that one's the best. And it should be like, that one's the best for me.
Correct.
Because all of these pistols they're really good. And then did you have a preference where you're like, man, I really like the feel of the Bull over the Romulus or the Fusion? Or did you have anything where you felt like that was the better feel for you?
Well, I think one of the challenges is when you're comparing guns, everybody's looking for something different. So, you know, Danny's looking for grip feel and how it fits in his hand. I'm focused just on the recoil feel, and is it, you know, is it a little bit sharper, is it a little bit softer, how's it returning to zero?
Yeah.
And so I end up losing focus on the trigger, or I lose focus on the grip unless I'm literally going, what has a better trigger, and I'm focused on that specifically. So, you know, the way I get on a grip, I think if I'm focused on that, I'd have a better idea as to what my preferences are. I will say, I agree with Danny, when you get into these lock grips, especially these brass grips, that extra weight, I mean, it's pretty tough to not get a good purchase on that gun just because it's so weighted down in the back for you.
Yeah.
It's just easy to keep it flat. So.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, so we all decided Bull, that's the one that's advancing on.
It's advancing.
All right.
Can't help that.
Let's continue on. What's our next? Or you have something else?
Wait, the Sig is also advancing, right?
Yeah. So, but out of those,
out of
those
the ones
three that we just
okay,
did.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So
these three are going to be fun.
Yep.
All right. So we have these three are going. So what do we have here? We have the
Atlas, Erebus.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah. Grab mine. Okay. The Atlas, Erebus,
Right.
Masterpiece Arms. What's this?
We're
What's
going to
this?
get hated on the Max stick.
That's all
Oh
right.
no.
Hey, they're all running the ammo. So.
All right. So this one's the Atlas, Erebus. And then what's this one?
Atlas Titan.
Oh, Atlas Titan. So two Atlases. And then we have the Masterpiece Arms.
Which is comped.
Okay. And then we are going to be putting the Sig GTO in the running. And then we're going to put the Bull Armory in there, as well as to represent all the striker fires. We have the Smith & Wesson, whatever that full name ended up being, the HD
2.0.
Yeah, M&P 2.0 HD.
They just
V
added
series.
They added the alphabet behind it.
V spec. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are the pistols that we're going up against the walls.
Let's do it.
All right. It's gonna be fun.
This is the Atlas Titan. All right, and this is the Masterpiece Arms. Yeah. And this is the Atlas Erebus.
Atlas Erebus.
All right, did you shoot all three?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Let's do. Let's shoot the Sig real quick with these.
All right, so we just ran these three. We have 2 Atlases.
Titan.
Erebus.
The Masterpiece Arm DS9 Hybrid.
All right, what's your guys' pick?
Man, so the Erebus shoots great. You can feel that it's fast. It shoots great. But honestly, the one that I felt like shot the best, I felt like that was the best one in my hand.
First of all, I agree. I like when I shot them next to each other, I thought that one was better too. I thought this one was going to be a little bit better, but that one just felt smoother.
Yeah, yeah. What was your what's your take or your guns?
Are you going to go against the group, or are you gonna lie and say it's this?
I have a hard time. I'm not going with the Erebus. But again, I mean, the grip on here feels better, even though these are a customized grip where you can go ahead and put different panels in to adjust it. And this grip is just so solid, but there's got to be a 10-ounce weight difference between them. I mean,
it's definitely heavier.
Yeah.
Now let's just talk. We can't. YouTube hates when we get like specific on dollars. They hate it. But let's just give kind of an estimate here. What are we looking at ballpark here? Just give me a number without the dollar word.
A couple numbers below 70.
Okay.
Or 7. Yeah.
Yep. A couple numbers below 7. Right. Yeah. And what are we looking at here?
With all the parts on here, which is also around 5.
Okay.
But then, you got extra parts, so,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is in the 9-ish.
This is my favorite handgun that I own. This is the Sig P211 GTO. I just shot that Masterpiece Arms, and it's the first gun in a while that I went, ooh, that might be a lot better. So we're going to shoot these back to back real quick, and I'm just going to see what we think here. I'm going to go 5 rounds. Okay, Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid. Okay.
I'll go with Sig first.
Go for it. Go. I'm going to sound like a show because the Sig was softer.
Oh, no. Oh, I agree with you.
It was softer.
It was softer, but
This one's
so much better.
It's quicker and it comes back to 0 really fast, but
Yeah.
the Sig just didn't move in my hand. I think All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. I don't know about you guys, but we've been kind of tearing through a whole bunch of guns to get to this point. Here is the Waltz 9. This is the Zermit Arms Waltz 9 pre-production model. Striker fired. Here we go. We're doing 10 rounds?
10 rounds.
Who's up?
Was there 20 rounds in this?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I got.
Oh, we got a. There we go. Oh, another one. Fiocchi ammo's giving me a hard time. All right. Now I've shot this thing and I have an impression that's already kind of out there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
The trigger's throwing me off.
Yeah?
Yeah. And this is going to be something where as you shoot it and become familiar with it, I'm sure it's going to be awesome because I can feel that it's an awesome trigger.
Yep.
But for some reason, and I think it's the integrated safety.
Okay.
I think I feel that pop out, and I think that's the trigger coming up, like the full reset. And so there's a couple times where I brought it out and I could tell that it didn't reset, but I thought it did. And so I think it's just getting familiar with it and finding that trigger reset.
Yeah, I mean, I think as soon as you rack after the first time, you can tell it's not another striker fire gun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely built like a double stack 1911. The weight's good, the grip feels good. Same thing on the trigger. It's a little bit to get used to. You know, it's not a 2011 trigger.
No, it's not.
But it's also closer to that than it is on any of the striker fire guns.
So for me, that trigger came natural right away. And it's again, I have a tendency to bounce off the trigger and over pull. And so for me, when I'm coming off that trigger and it clicks like that, and I feel there's a little, that spring that's in that safety just indicates to me, and there's a really tactile reset right there for me. And I'm right back on that trigger. So my finger's not dancing off of it like it normally does.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then overall though, super smooth.
Yeah.
Great shooting pistol.
Yep.
Shoot smooth, not as soft as some of the other guns I think we've shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where that lands.
Very smooth, but as far as softness, I think it's tough to beat some of those other guns.
Yeah. Well, let's run those back to back.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get a better idea.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Either way, just for what it is, I definitely want to buy one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just such a cool gun.
You know what? Actually, can I put 10 more rounds in it through that really quick?
Please.
I want to figure out that trigger.
The trigger, but I could tell, because I think the reset custom Prodigy, the reset's better, but it doesn't have the feel. That safety gives it a unique.
But it's a really good I can tell it's a really good trigger, but my finger's just like, what is this?
That's awesome. I want to run it.
Okay.
Now, if they could make a 2011 with that trigger, you'd probably be all in on that.
Yeah.
With a reset trigger like that.
Wow. Yeah, I can run it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Okay, side by side with these other ones?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
We've come up with a unique approach to this. This comes from pickup basketball. Is how this works. So winner stands, right? So winner stays. So what we're going to do, we're going to start here. We kind of expect, because this thing's striker fired, we kind of expect this to be one that is sort of going to get eliminated pretty quickly. It's at a disadvantage. So I'm going to start shooting this one. Next shooter in line is going to bring up his favorite, and we're going to see if we can dethrone the existing gun. And we'll run through our top competitors for the Waltz 9, and then we'll get down to one gun that we've sort of agreed on, and we'll run the Waltz 9 against it and see where we're at. Sound fun?
Yeah. Good.
Let's do it.
Do you want to bring up what your top competitor is?
All right. Yeah, this is definitely the winner for me. You want to shoot them back to back? Go for it.
Eliminate them.
I got it.
Okay.
And then, Buck, why don't you keep this one up here, because
It's probably going to win.
if it wins, unless anybody thinks differently. There you are.
Okay, so the Atlas won. It's advancing, and then we're going to have a challenger come up for it. Okay.
All right.
And the challenger is?
I challenge you with my Sig P211.
Oh, all right.
25 versus 9. Let's see what we got. You think? Even I wouldn't have predicted that.
I don't know if I can go up there.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
You want to go with that one?
I'll hold this one. You go first.
Let me put this other round back in there. Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay. I got you. There you go. All right. I'll do this one first.
No comment.
Make sure we're empty here. Okay. Empty gun. There you go. All right. I prefer the feel of the Sig.
So do I.
Erebus is undeniably a tighter fitting. Erebus is undeniably a tighter fitting, higher quality gun, and you can feel it when you put it in your hand.
Yeah.
But from a recoil impulse, I preferred the feel of the Sig.
The Atlas feels better as a just pistol, but as a shooting, it felt smoother.
I don't want to say this just because it's my gun or that it costs.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But this return to zero so much faster, in my opinion. I thought it was faster. It's not as soft, but I think it was faster, and the dot did not move. On this one, I was seeing the dot move a bit. This literally was just on point the whole time. You can make a lot of guns shoot well. It comes back down to the build quality, the fit in the hand. Maybe for some people, the prestige factor,
maybe
whatever it comes into. But when it comes to shootability, it starts splitting hairs when you get into these better guns.
What I do want to do with this gun now, what this has definitely inspired me to do, is I need to get a wider safety on this thing, and then I don't know if anybody has one yet, but getting a gas pedal up here on this P211, I think would be a game changer.
That's an ambi slide catch.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know who probably makes them? Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, they might. They make some that attach up here to the rail.
Oh, yeah,
and that might be a way to go as well. I shoot this in competition with a flashlight on it, which makes it even flatter, but it gives my thumb a place to kind of rest without putting input on the gun.
Now, I think we should mention that has Atlas parts, so that's basically an Atlas now.
What Atlas part does it?
No,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The spring.
I've got the Atlas spring in there.
So-
I've got the 9-pound Atlas spring.
So it's still, it turned it into an
They're
Atlas.
practically brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So why we do this?
That's the Masterpiece Arms Waltz.
The Erebus is so much softer.
Erebus is softer.
And it's not only is it softer, but like
So you say Erebus again?
Erebus is still softer.
Okay.
All right, this is my reigning champion. So here is the P211. Piece Arms. This was a nice shooting gun. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I think these guys are about
All right, shooting your champ. Erebus.
Oh, you got a block knife. Okay.
also a bit wider too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Masterpiece Arms, my reigning champion. Yeah, that's a nice gun. All right, I think you're probably gonna run low there.
I got one.
You got an extra mag? Okay. All right. Shoots great. Let's see. Let's see where we're at here. There you go. Okay. Waltz 9. Man.
Feels so good.
Yeah, it feels really good in the hand. You have the same champion. You want to wait till we're both done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is interesting. I like the feel of the Waltz more, but I like the trigger of the Masterpiece Arms better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to beat a 2011 trigger, right? I think the feel of the Waltz 9 in my hand is superior.
Yeah.
The deep undercut they've got in there, it just is such a natural fit, and I love the trigger on it.
Yeah.
I'll have to get an angle sometime of my finger. I even felt it happen with this. My trigger finger comes off the trigger and then back on. It's just a bad habit for me, waiting for that reset. And it's something I'm working on as a shooter to get better and quicker. And this gives me a little bit of a cheat code. I can feel that reset every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, the trigger throws me off, but I can tell, or I believe that if I had more time with it, I would be able to master that. And that might actually convert me over to this as being better. The only thing is, I don't know, it freaks me out a little bit. Like when I do it, I feel like that safety is the reset.
Yep.
And so I keep having a little bit of a hiccup, and then I have to remind myself, no, I got to go a little bit more, which really isn't a whole lot more. The reset is super awesome. It's just it throws me off a little bit.
Yep.
And so it's a learning curve. But once I figure that out, I think I might pick this, but I mean, time will tell. So
okay, for me, I will be to get my hands on one of these for sure. Yeah, I freaking love it. Like it's every bit of the buzz that I heard after SHOT Show.
Yeah.
For me as a striker fired guy that prefers that, I'm hands down. And it's close, obviously, because we're talking about high end 2011s here. How do you not love
how do you not love that 2011?
How do you not love the Erebus, right? Like we're talking about like, oh, I don't like that steak. That, you know what I mean? That aged ribeye. Oh, like no, they're amazing guns. Absolutely incredible firearms. That's my pick.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even have a pick.
Yeah.
Like I'm torn because I really think that this will eventually be better for me.
Grab your Erebus real quick.
Yeah.
Step up here with us.
So right now, just because the
familiarity
with that trigger or that style of trigger makes me shoot that better. I just got to get used to this one.
Yeah. And then you've got your Erebus here. This is like when we look at the table of firearms that we showed you at the beginning of this video, I don't think I agree these are the top three. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Anything on the table game, things that were close.
Yeah.
But these are the top three on the table.
Yeah.
I like my Sig. It's closer to this group than it should be. I think your Bull Armory closer than
the Bull Armory was really nice.
Yeah, closer to the group than I would have expected. But this circles that the Waltz 9 runs in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. Well, there's a full breakdown. We're going to get a ton of content out of this. We've got access to this gun for about another 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm sure we'll put some other videos out.
Yeah.
What do you want to know about the Waltz 9? What questions have not been answered? What are you wondering about? What do you need to know? Put it in the comments below. We'll see you guys out on the range. You do your thing.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Here we go.
Awesome.
We got him.
We got to all start at the same time.
Okay, ready?
One more time.
Okay,
Ready? Here we go.
45?
Hold on.
What do we?
3, 2, 1. Ooh, that looks slick.
Yeah, we scared away all the bad guys.
We did.
Yeah, that was.
That Smith & Wesson, you know how you smack it?
It's going to close on
Its own. It does it on this. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, nice.
Man, that's such a nice shooting gun.
It really is.
Yeah. You want to shoot some 147s through it? I'll hand you the gun and then I'll go grab you a mech. These are PMC 147, so they're not like competition rounds or anything. We need to run some of your cheater rounds through it. It's good. You said you have some cheater rounds with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see how that feels.
I've got more in this case, but I've got some right here. So.
Okay.
So we got some 124 grain, but they're underpowered loads. Let's see how this.
Well, you want the dirty
works.
rounds in your Erebus? You care?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I was running into the same problem.
Yeah.
Just really underpowered. With that comp, it's kind of designed for even. They told me, Zermit told me, the comp is kind of plus P kind of ammo. We were running fine with 115s, 120 standard loads were fine. But
yeah, everything else good.
Starting to go underpowered.
And you were saying this was a mistake batch. So I mean, it's not even on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. I want to run the same rounds out of the Erebus and see what happens here. There's a mix here, I guess. You guys good? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so these are the 124.
A mix of them, yeah, but mix of those 124s. Nice.
All right, so with the Waltz, something that's really cool about it is it has a sight block.
Yeah. So it comes with a separate barrel. I don't know if they're going to come from the factory that way or you'll be able to buy a separate version, but we've swapped over to the sight block barrel. The barrel is one solid piece, so you just swap the barrel out, put a different roller block in there, and off you roll. So now this is a limited optics gun. So we thought we should do a limited optics comparison here. So we've got some others to compare it up against. I've also done the same thing. I've swapped the sight block over the comp delete from FDES Works on the Sig. So it's no longer comped. We have the top end of the heap here. We've got the Atlas Titan. And what else you got there?
The Staccato HD 4.5.
Also takes Glock mags, which is pretty cool.
And then Kimber 2K 11.
Yeah, the Kimber 2K 11, which is just an awesome 2011.
It really is.
So we're going to run these real quick and see how things measure up.
All right, starting with the Kimber. Thank you.
I got it.
And then Staccato. And what's this one?
Atlas Titan.
Atlas Titan. And then the Waltz. Woo. All right.
Trying to do sort of same order there.
Okay, so Kimber, Sig, Staccato, Atlas.
And the Atlas Titan. Okay, now the Waltz 9 that I got enough of a mag here.
All right. So I think these are our 3 faves.
I think so.
Hold on, I don't want to say fave.
Yeah, favors.
Okay.
No, I'm putting that.
No. These are our 3
guns
favorites.
These are 3 good guns.
Yeah, definitely 3
You know
at the top. We haven't done a whole lot of discussion here, but we each kind of just grabbed a gun and brought them over here. So organically, what stood out to you, Buck?
I mean, and you kind of said it. It's noticeable after going with a comp back to one of these. It's noticeable.
Yeah, for sure.
With that being said, they were all really smooth for what they were. I liked the Staccato and the Waltz the most.
Yeah.
So between those 2, I'm kind of like, I feel like those were the 2 best.
Yeah, I was surprised by the Staccato.
Yeah.
I shot the Staccato immediately following my Sig. And this, we go back to my hands again, but it doesn't fit as good, but it runs just as flat.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. This is a lot thinner, so I'm surprised that you actually felt comfortable with it.
Yeah, but it ran good. Now, I wouldn't want to shoot that a lot because it is not as comfortable in my hand.
Yeah.
But I was impressed with how flat that shot. As short as that gun is.
That's true.
I really was impressed.
Yeah, because this is the shortest barrel of all of them.
All of them, for sure. And I thought, man, this thing's going to be snappy.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
And then you liked...
I like the Kibber 2K11. I've shot them several times, and it shoots great. I just think it's very quick and predictable. I felt like the Atlas, I mean, I'm comfortable with the Atlas as a 5-inch gun, so it shoots well too. I felt, and it was kind of torn between these 2. I think they were kind of similar-ish.
Yeah.
The Sig I felt was really undersprung. Like the slide was very slow.
Yep.
So it was the softest by far.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the fastest by far.
Agreed. Yeah. And I didn't, when I swapped the sight block, I typically do switch springs, but I didn't have that spring kit with me. So it's running with the comped spring in it. And so it just runs a little bit.
I think for the money, it's hard to beat the Kimber. If you look at the, the Kimber's, actually probably what, $1,000 less minimum.
Yeah, it's right. It's right in the. It's in the mid 2s.
Yep. And considering the Sig doesn't come with the sight block, right?
Correct.
It's more of an upgrade. Correct. Well,
you can get them now. So they've got other models now that are more.
But if we're looking stock guns, just straight stock, kind of hard to beat the 2K11.
It's an incredible gun, like value for the money, and I don't know that there's a sexier 2011 on the market right now.
You're right.
I love the look, especially they have that Pro Royal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a good looking gun.
It really
I like
is.
this one a lot, but that Pro Royal is a sick looking gun.
Yeah. Now I would say with the Sig and also, with the Waltz, they have it so that you can't switch it out. The Kimber, you can't switch it out. They do have the ported one with the big port, but again, you can't switch it out.
Sight blocks, so
they're
not just non-ported barrels. These are actually leaving weight at the end, so less reciprocating mass.
That's right.
So it's a big deal,
and leaves a little bit weight out there. Now, the other thing to point out is, again, look at the circles that the Waltz is running in. Right?
Yeah.
These are. We put it up against. These are all 2011s. Like there's not a striker fired in the bunch. And if you came to me and said, "Okay, Danny, which one of these guns do you want to shoot in competition or just have?" It's this.
Yeah.
The simplicity of it, the striker fired form of it. I just I love that trigger, but I'm amazed at how well it competes.
You could tell when you were shooting the other ones that what you were talking about.
You see me do it?
Yeah, you could see it doing it. You see it pulling off the trigger. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It just fits for me.
Now, and then, we had some striker fires here already, and we included them kind of as a courtesy.
Sure.
Because
They're not in the same.
They were
class.
not. So that being the striker fire and being very comparable to these, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
I am very comfortable saying, having shot a lot of striker fired pistols in my life, for me, this is the best
hands down
striker fire gun ever made.
Yeah.
I'm blown away that this is a striker fire
Yeah.
handgun. And it would not be safe to shoot blindfolded. But if you were to blindfold me and put this in my hand, you could not convince me I just shot a striker fired gun.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, the only thing that would give it away, and that's because we know about it, is the integrated trigger safety.
Sure.
But if that weren't there, same with you. I'd be like, all 1911s?
Yeah. Yeah, and I would think, what was the weird trigger on that 2011 that you handed me?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Exactly.
That would be
The
it.
fit and finish is on par. With
Oh,
the
yes.
monster guns. Now, we've talked about this before, though, so I guess I'll throw it out there. We're talking about a big price gap. So when we're talking
we
about
are.
value, we're at, what, around 2-ish?
Yeah.
2 to 2,500 with this one. Yep.
And then we're at like 36-ish.
Yep.
And the Titan's at like 68-ish.
Yep.
And we're at like 5 to 6.
Yeah, and this is, from what I understand, is going to come in under the 5 mark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think on their website they have it for like 4,900 or something like
So
that.
it's going to be just under that 5 plates of Beskar.
Yeah.
Here's the cool thing, though, is I feel like if you had 2 guns and you wanted to like shoot them all the time, you could have any of these and that always stands out as being slightly different.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you could have both and not feel like you're trying to one slightly better or not. They're just completely different guns.
Yeah.
They both shoot good.
Yep.
So yeah, unique in their own way and all very high performing pistols.
Yeah, agreed. Well,
When do we place pre-orders?
oh my gosh.
Yeah, no kidding.
I got to make a phone call and find out. I don't know when. I don't know their launch date. It's probably something I should know, but I'm not. They sent it to me to test, but the nice thing about them, honestly, is when they were, look, I'm not a big channel. I just reached out, made a contact, and they were like, heck yeah, we'll hook you up. You seem like a cool guy. Awesome, great.
Yeah.
And so but I kind of expected them to be like, hey, would you please say this? Or would you, I sort of expected them to ask me to shill a little bit.
Yeah.
Not at all. He's like, tell me what you think. And he's like, if the only thing that was anywhere near that is if you run into any problems, call me, let me know. Because I want to know. He's like, I need you to test this for me. Tell me what ammo you ran in it. Tell me if you had any problems. Like, they were really looking sincerely for feedback. And man, I loved that. I was very impressed by the company and the approach they took when they sent me the gun, because they didn't ask for any favors. They didn't ask for anything at all. They were just, tell us exactly what you think.
Well, which goes to show you that they're not just trying to sell a product here. They're trying to build a quality product that people want versus this is what we made you. Hope you're happy with it. Instead, it's tell us what's wrong with it. Tell us what's good with it. And we can improve upon that.
I think it should be noted, too, that this is not a new company. They've been building rifles for a long time.
That's true.
And have some of the smoothest actions out there. So this is unique and first into the industry and pistols.
Yeah.
But they're not new to the game.
And this is, guys, this is disruptive.
It is.
This is disrupting the industry. This isn't going as extreme as the Alien or what was the Dragon?
Dragon,
right?
yep.
Those are two big things that have been, and every time I hear somebody say, like, they shot one of those, I hear this, like, that recoil is weird.
Yeah.
That's going to take something to get used to.
Yeah.
This has a proprietary roller block in it, and that block sits right behind the recoil spring, and it comes out. It's a very unique design, but the recoil doesn't feel weird. It just
it doesn't.
You wouldn't know there's something mechanically helping that. It's like a roller delay rifle, right?
Yeah.
It shoots softer, but it's not like you recognize that there's that roller delay in there. It just shoots soft, and that's the way this gun feels.
Yeah, I think the other thing to know too is with all these guns we brought out, these are our own individual guns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our own ammo, different ammo, trying out same ammo with the comparisons, but this is the only one that we're putting it up against because it's not released yet, and at the same time, they all performed really good, outperformed exceptionally well in the mix.
Yeah, agreed. And you can see some of our bias among our own guns, right? It's there. I got it. But hopefully that's the variety you're getting out of the comparison like this. You get 3 opinions here. We're discussing some things, and get your hands on one of the guns. see what you think. Let us know in the comments. Which one of these would you buy, and what do you want to know about the Waltz 9? What stands out to you? What questions do you have? What can we run this up against?
Yeah. I think we've run it up against pretty much everything.
Yeah, it'd have to be something weird, right?
Yeah.
We got a pretty good variety.
To be able to do this on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's a good day, right?
You know, and then I just want to say thanks for bringing all your stuff. I mean,
yeah, my gosh,
that made a huge difference here. So we just got such a high variety of different pistols, and that's stellar of you to come out with this.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. All right, guys, like, subscribe, do all that stereotypical crap. We'll see you out on the range.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Well, so okay, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, I think we nailed that one.
We got it. I think we're in sync now.
Not the band. 4 bucks or poison.
Ah.